Hey everybody, I am NPC figure athlete Autumn Cleveland. I am doing my final week out update video. Some of you guys have watched these from day one, which I believe was like the end of December. I think that's when I first started doing this. So it will have been a total of 23 weeks of dieting. We're coming down to the end of it though, so I'm trying to cover all bases with this video because I'm still probably going to post a few more as the week goes on. But today is the last day that you will see any of my progress pictures from the red suit. That room that you all always ask me where I'm posing at. That's actually a dressing room in my gym, so you can change clothes in there. It's perfect. It's like a closet. So anyway, the reason I use that is because it's consistent lighting. I don't have anything working in my favor. I don't have anything taking against or taking away from what I actually look like. To kind of keep doubt out of my mind, because you stand next to a window with sunlight and you're like, oh, my abs look awesome, or you stand in a fluorescent light room and you look like crap. So that's why I choose that room, so that I don't have anything else messing with what I see in the mirror. And it is similar to stage lighting. It's overhead. Yeah, it makes your face look terrible, but we're focusing on muscles here. So this is the last round of pictures that you'll see from that. Other than that, though, I mean, everything's coming together so fast. My body has changed a ridiculous amount in just a week, which I sort of expected. After the first show, I wouldn't call it a rebound, but I did gain a little bit of weight. My weight was stuck between 112 and 109 for probably about a month at least, which was a little confusing. I wasn't taking it too well just because I felt like I put on body fat, but as I met with my coach and we did the numbers, they did go up a little bit after the first show, I think 3 weeks later, but since then they've been consistently going down. We did my body fat again yesterday, and we had a goal for having my ab measurement as a 4mm read, and that's exactly what it is. It's 4. My quads I'd like to see them just just a little bit tighter, but there's still, everything is down from the last show, if not the same. I think there was only one measurement that was the same. Everything else has dropped at least 0.5 or 1mm. And what I'm talking about is when you do a body fat assessment, you pinch your skin here, and then you have these calipers that you place over the skin fold to measure the thickness of what skin lies over the muscle. So you're not pinching actual muscle here. It's to give a read of your subcutaneous body fat. So that's what I mean by millimeters. My percentage, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but all of these sites are down, except for I think my one on my back is the same. So I'm extremely happy with that. I feel better now than I did at the Derby, and I felt pretty good at the Derby. But since then, my strength, even last week, I'm still setting records, which is awesome, but I'm like, what was I doing this whole time? I thought I was working out hard. Not apparently, excuse me. Apparently I wasn't working out hard enough, because now, I mean, it's just I go in the gym, I'm like, oh, I'll try 5 more pounds, and I get it. I don't know. Even though I'm dropping weight, I'm still dieting, cutting calories, doing more cardio. Something has changed. So I don't believe that I've put on a couple of pounds of muscle or anything, but I do feel more dense. I can see more striations. I'm seeing veins in my shoulders, which I've never had before. A couple more veins in my abs, which I'm proud to have. But I kind of can't believe what's happened in the last 8 weeks, because I didn't know if I could do it. I mentioned in a video before, when I got off stage and I found out that I got, second place, my mind was sort of made up that I wasn't going to continue and do this show. But then one of the judges pointed out to me, they said, did you know it was a tie? And I was like, well, no, I didn't know it was tied. I didn't realize how close it was. And then a few weeks later, I saw my pictures, and he was like, I was looking at these photos. I was like, I am damn proud of what I brought at that show. Yeah, some things could be tweaked. I felt like that was my maximum potential at that time. But since then, something has lit a fire under me, and I have not worked out so hard in my life ever, and my determination is through the roof. I got some awesome feedback from the judges. I've also heard some things within my community that I'm not really happy about, with other people saying things like, oh, Autumn shouldn't be doing this show. So that's sort of what I've been using as mental push for my workouts, is that a lot of people think I'm not going to do well here. But today, when I looked in the mirror, I was like, you know what? If I had to go on stage tonight, I would be happy with myself. I'm so proud of what I've done. I've never felt like this. And that's the best feeling. I mean, I'm just going to go to this show. I'm competing against the nation here. In 1 week, I will be competing against the nation for a pro card. And there are going to be some awesome, awesome girls there. I've already researched last month's Junior USAs. I've looked up last year's Junior USAs and Junior Nationals. I know how the show is run. I know how quickly it's going to go. I know the caliber of athletes that are going to be there. And at Nationals, there was about 30 girls I was competing against. But for Junior Nationals, it looks like the numbers are closer to 15 for my height class. So at this point, I'm comfortable and I'm happy. I'm satisfied. And I haven't even gotten on stage yet. But what I need is to do this show and to see where I fall. You know, if I go to Junior Nationals and I get dead last, I know where I stand. If I go to Junior Nationals and I get 4th, I know where I stand. But I need that confirmation and that validation in my head to use in my off season. But as far as my own personal goals go, I've met them. I'm happy today. A week out, I am happy today with what I've done and where I'm going with this. And this is why I did the Derby. I didn't do the Derby to get experience. I've got 10 years of experience. I have competed in probably 10 or 11 shows. I don't keep count anymore. So I didn't do the Derby for another sword. I didn't do the Derby for fun. This was not for fun. I did the Derby to qualify for this. And I did that. So here I am, making a really lengthy video, going on a rant about my success. But the things behind that, I mean, now that we are a week out, as you know, if you've watched my videos before, there are going to be very strategic changes. But in the past week, like I said, I made a lot of progress. I'm down a pound from where I was last week. I'm not sure how that compares to the last show. I haven't looked yet. But I've been doing cardio every day, twice a day, one session for 30 minutes, the other session for 25 minutes, even on the days that I do my high-intensity prowler pushes. So this week was the hardest week that I've had between the two shows. My lifts, again, like I said, I'm pushing really hard on my lifts, but now with those other 2 cardio sessions, I've been in the gym like 3 and 4 times a day just this week. So it's been exhausting, as it should be. I also had a calorie cut, so my carbs were taken down, just a little bit in the portions, still the same quinoa, oats, sweet potatoes, but the portions decreased a little bit, just a little. So yesterday I felt pretty drained, as I should, after pushing that hard, having that slight calorie cut, but it worked. Like I said, all my millimeters are down, weight is down, I can tell in the mirror, I feel phenomenal, physically, how I look, I mean, aesthetically. So what happens now, instead of instead of doing a water load like we did last time with the 2 gallons of water a day, I'm getting sick. Instead of 2 gallons of water a day and then cutting, I met with my coach yesterday and we have decided to keep water intake consistent for now. That can change, but what that means is if I've been taking about a gallon of water a day, maybe a gallon and a half, from now until we decide otherwise, I'm just going to keep with a gallon and a half of water every day. So I'm not necessarily loading, but I'm making it consistent. That way I don't get under and zigzag. So that's how my water intake will go. I'm keeping all my supplements in, the creatine, keeping that in. I send my coach my weight and my pictures every morning, and I think maybe tomorrow or the day after, we're going to start adding in more carbs. I don't know exactly what that's going to be yet, but it's going to be very gradual because I think, my coach has decided that I don't really do that well when I take in an influx of carbs in large amounts because it makes me hold water a little bit more. It makes me kind of spill over. You'll hear that term sometimes. Taking too many carbs and then retaining water or just bloated between the skin. I mean, it gives a completely different look for me, and I think what my best bet is to do a slower carb load, but with the right types of carbs. So that's what he'll be sending me in the next few days. So today's Saturday. Everything's going to go almost the opposite direction of what it did this week, but with this leanness. I did not have a cheat meal. I don't get a cheat meal this week. I didn't have one last week. So now that I'm at the leanness that I need to be, the idea is to fill me back out, to make my muscles look as dense and as hard and as full as possible by Friday, because that's what my prejudging is, but with this leanness. So really it's just a water issue at this point. So I feel good. I honestly don't feel like I'm doing anything this weekend. I feel like people would go, "Oh, Autumn, what are you going to do this weekend?" I'll be like, "Oh, I'm just going to go do a national contest, no big deal." So, it's so easy now. I'm going to pack my bags, leave for Chicago on Thursday. I'll check in on Thursday. I'll know my competitor number by then. And then Friday, all of this goes down. Everything that you guys have watched in the last 23 weeks is going down in 5 days. And I feel like all I'm going to do is get a spray tan and stand on a stage. Like, that's how ready I feel. So I hope that's not like a false arrogance or confidence, but I feel good, man. I feel so good. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up for now because I know there's a lot more that's going to change. I'll probably post some more videos. But if you want to see, exactly what's happening, I'm going to try to do them every couple of days. Just for you all that care. But this is the last. This is the last of it. It's ending. It's so sad. It's bittersweet. I'm ready for a break, but I don't know. I'm going to miss it. So these will be the last videos, and these will be the last progress pictures. So I'm going to overpost this week. If you get sick of it, delete me. I don't care. I'm enjoying this. I've worked hard for this. So I'm going to blow it up in the last week. So if you get sick and tired of it, just hide me on your timeline or whatever and follow me. I don't care because I'm not going to quit doing it. So anyway, I'll keep you guys updated, and I will hopefully see and meet some of you guys in Chicago this next weekend.